What's up, guys? Okay, so Call of Duty Black Ops 4. It's finally out. I got the Pro Edition, as some of you may know. There it is. Okay, so as most of you know, or maybe don't know, most of my reviews or anything I really say, I don't write anything down. Kind of just speak from the heart, I guess. And I'm gonna start off by saying this: this Call of Duty, it's the best one since Black Ops 2. So we have a good Call of Duty game. I'm just gonna start off by saying that. Is it perfect? It's not perfect. Is it better than we've gotten the last few years? Yes. Like I said, it's in my opinion, it's the best Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. So I'm gonna start off talking about the multiplayer, and then I'll go to zombies, and then blackout mode, and then I'll also talk about the specialist mode, which isn't much to talk about, but I'm still gonna give my 2 cents on that. Okay, so for starters, the biggest change in this game is probably the health system, as most of you know. You have to inject yourself with this needle, which is like it's like a stem pack kind of deal. There's been other games that have done this, but the fact that Call of Duty is doing it is really different. So it brings in a new dynamic as far as like let's say you're in a gunfight with three people and you gotta think to yourself, oh, should I heal myself or should I reload? So sometimes you gotta take a step back, heal yourself, and then keep going. So it brings in a new dynamic for sure, and it kind of slows down the game, but at the same time, it's still a fast paced game. And this game is 5v5, like other shooters, like Rainbow Six is also 5v5. You can do 6v6, which is in the mosh pit mode. Only a few game modes, but you can still do 6v6 if you're worried about that. Obviously, it brings back the old characters from Black Ops 3 and specialists, but specialists are more, I think, better in this game because like you can set up barricades, set up barbed wire. So let's say you're playing domination. A perfect time to set up barbed wire and shields would be in domination, so people can't pass a certain point. That's usually what I do. So the characters actually have more impact in this game than it did in Black Ops 3, in my opinion. So is the multiplayer perfect? It's not perfect. It's nothing groundbreaking. They haven't changed a lot besides the health system, like I said. And it's just a lot more smooth and I feel like a bit more balanced. They have to nerf a couple things here and there and tighten up the multiplayer when it comes to that stuff. But as far as getting a good multiplayer, and it's still fun. So they had a couple new game modes. There's Control. Control's a really good game mode. So if I were to rate the multiplayer out of 10, like I said, it's nothing that different. It's like if Black Ops 2 sorry, it's like this game were to come out after Black Ops 2. In my opinion, Black Ops 3 never should have came out. This should have been Black Ops 3. In my opinion, this is my Black Ops 3, and a lot of people might not like that, but this is a perfect, I guess, would have been a third game for after Black Ops 2. So if I were to rate the multiplayer out of 10, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. Solid. Like I said, nothing groundbreaking. It's still fun. Um, but yeah, that's all I really have to say about the multiplayer. Like other than that, like there's no lag, nothing really runs bad. It's just a good, solid multiplayer. Um, so moving on to zombies. This is probably my like again, like I said, my favorite zombies since Black Ops 2 actually. This whole game is my favorite Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. So there's a few new things you can do. You can honestly like there's new perk systems where your character actually has perks you can bring into zombie mode. The maps are so good. They have a new remake map from was it Blood of the Dead? Just the maps look really gritty for the most part, except for the arena map. I haven't played the arena map, but this is probably my favorite zombie since Black Ops 2. It's pretty fun, and I'm not usually huge into zombies, but this got me back into zombies. Um, so you don't really have to worry about that. If I were to rate the zombies out of 10, I'd probably give it around an 8, 8.5. So so far my complaints in this game, just those two modes alone are really just nerfing a couple of things in the multiplayer. I think the dogs are way too overpowered, and some of the guns are a little too overpowered. And not only that, one of the other complaints I have about this game in general is that there's not a lot of guns. They reskin a few guns from Black Ops 3, and then there's like only like 20 something guns. So hopefully future DLC, hopefully more guns will be available and it will be free. That's the one downside. There's not a lot of guns. Yet there's like 25 characters I think, and just like playing Blackout alone. So the zombies is fun. I don't really have much complaints about zombies. It's always been pretty good for the most part. It's better than last year's It's better than Black Ops 3. I didn't play World War II, so I won't get into that. So I guess this review is kind of like saying this is my favorite Call of Duty since Black Ops 2, but I didn't play World War II. So, um, so moving on to Blackout. This is probably by far the best game mode in the game, in my opinion. Like, automatically, it's like a 9 out of 10. So it beats multiplayer and zombies, in my opinion. The fact that it runs so smooth, for the most part, I think some people might experience, like, I've been hearing it, but I haven't experienced anything. Um, the graphics. I didn't play the beta for this, by the way. I didn't play the beta for this entire Call of Duty. The graphics are so good. Like, after like a minute I was into it, I was like, wow, these graphics are amazing. Like, it's almost like multiplayer graphics. In some parts of the game, it almost looks like Blackout is actually better than the multiplayer graphics. I don't know. Like, when you look at the sky and the sunlight reflecting and everything, it looks so good. So the fact that they pulled off these graphics and there's like 88 players and there's virtually no lag, it's amazing. It's like what PUBG wants to be. So, and it's so fun. Like, whether you're playing solo or duo, I can play solo for hours and I won't be bored. It's hard to say that about most shooters, in my opinion. Like, so Blackout is almost perfect. They could add a new thing. I think one thing they should add is, like, once you die, you shouldn't have to go back into the lobby. It should just be like, okay, you're dead. You jump into another game. So that's basically it. That's the only thing I can really think of. Maybe, I don't know, more game mode somehow. It's really like small hiccups here and there. Like, they just started this mode, so I feel like in the future it's gonna get even better with more maps, and maybe they'll sell it separately for like $30. But Blackout is a 9 out of 10. Multiplayer is around 8 out of 10. Zombies is maybe 8.5 out of 10. So this game, it's almost like it brought me back to almost loving Call of Duty again. Like, I like this game, but it's almost like bringing me back to the days of actually just having fun online and playing with friends. And I took a chance with this game because, like, I wasn't expecting it to be like amazing, but I knew it was going to be good. I knew there was something special there, and I think Call of Duty's kind of sparked that again with a lot of people and gained a lot of trust from fans again. And it's boots on the ground, so you don't have to worry about the jetpack stuff. Although I think I didn't mind the jetpacks in Advanced Warfare. Some people might have hated it, but this game doesn't have any of that. You have the grapple hook if you're a certain character. Only one character has that. I think it's Ruin. Could be wrong. So each character has a purpose still. And I think I'm kind of glad they kept them, because it does add more dynamic in this Black Ops than it did in the other one. The other one, I think it was kind of chaotic in my opinion. So let's talk about the graphics overall too. Like I said, Blackout graphics for that game mode, it's perfect. I don't care anybody's. I'm running on a regular PS4. Multiplayer graphics and zombies, it's nothing groundbreaking. So these graphics alone for all three game modes, it's nothing amazing. If you play the other previous Call of Duties in the last few years, for the most part, you're not going to see anything different. So you can tell they didn't really work on that aspect of the game. I think they just wanted to balance the game out, make it smooth, and just have a fun, overall, solid experience. This game, for the most part, is a solid game. Is it like Modern Warfare type deal where it's like that good? No. Is it close to that? In some people's eyes, maybe. Like I said, it's in between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. That's kind of where I'm putting it as far as how good the game is. Those games had campaigns, and I think that's another thing that's probably better, but we got a really good Blackout mode and a Battle Royale mode. So the specialist mode in this game is just mini stories. Basically, you have mini stories for each character. There's like cutscenes, and it's basically a training mode getting you ready for the multiplayer. And you get to know the background of the characters, and you kind of get to know how to play the game, because there's no manual or anything in this game. There's no instruction to how to play it, which is kind of weird. So you got to play the specialist if you're new to Call of Duty. For a lot of people, this is a new Call of Duty. So this game mode just adds something that's kind of missing, I guess, that you knew at one point they had a multiplayer idea and they kind of scrapped it maybe. Or maybe they had the idea for Battle Royale for a long time, because apparently with Bondahar, they said this has been in the making for over 3 years. I don't know if I believe that. But if you're looking for something that's like a training type mode with like bots, with cutscenes, with characters, I don't know how much of you actually like that, because it's not really that innovative or anything. It's just something that they added. The fact that it's there, that you can do it, is cool though. So I'm not going to rate that mode out of 10. It's probably sitting in the middle in like a 5 or a 6. But that doesn't take away from the overall experience of the game. I'm just having a lot of fun with this, and I don't see a lot of things wrong. Most Call of Duties, there's more things wrong that there's good. There's more pros in this game than cons. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been playing it since day one, and if you're on the fence, I would say maybe borrow it from a friend. Try to get it for cheap. Maybe just get the regular edition. Don't end up getting the pro edition like me. Um, you know, I'm looking forward to the DLC. Also, I think that's going to be really good. So overall, if I were to rate this game out of 10, what would I give it? I'd probably give it around an 8.5 out of 10. I was thinking about a 9, but I'm gonna wait. Maybe my rating will change after they change anything or the DLC come out. Right now, it's around an 8.5 out of 10. Um, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Like, if you like if you like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and hell, even if you like Black Ops 3, I don't see why you wouldn't like this game. Um, it's more like Black Ops 2 with small very elements of like Black Ops 3. The only thing that really screams Black Ops 3 is maybe the graphics and the fact that they're specialist characters. But gameplay wise and how the game actually runs and like mechanics, there's a new health system obviously, and how like smooth and back to the roots and boots on the ground, it's like Black Ops 2. So overall 8 out of 5. 8.5 out of 10. Sorry. I'm like, yeah. You can tell I'm a bit excited for this game. So that's probably why I'm like choking on my words and stuff. But yeah, pick it up. Peace.